Hi students! Today we're going to talk about circle bases, including finding the circumference and area. So first we need to know what a circle is. It is all points equidistant from a given point called the center, and it separates in a plane into three sections: interior, exterior, and the circle itself. The radius is the segment with one endpoint on the center and one endpoint on the circle. And the diameter is just double the radius, so it's a segment that goes through the center with both endpoints on the circle. So if we look here, this is our center. It's in the middle of the circle. From the center to a point on the circle is the radius. Double that, so goes through the center from side to side is our diameter. A point inside the circle is an interior point, and a point outside the circle is an exterior point. So let's use that information to fill out this example 1. Name the circle. We name a circle by the center point. So this, we could just call this circle Q, because Q is our center point. Sorry, I like to do different colors so we can see what I'm talking about. Name all radii shown. So that's just plural radius. From the center to one end of the circle, we have segment QP, and I guess I'll just draw those. So QP, and you could write PQ, they're the same thing. And then QT, because you're a QT pie. Get it? Pie, part of the area of a circle. Anyway, what is the length of any radius in this circle? Well, QT is 16 meters. That means QP will also be 16, and any other radius will be 16 because all the radii should be the same length. What would the length of any diameter of this circle be? So remember, that just means we double our radius. So 16 times 2 is 32. Name all of the interior points shown. Okay, well, Q, we know it's in the center, so it's inside. R is inside. S is inside. And that's it. Okay, name all the exterior points. X is outside. And that's it. Notice we didn't list P and T because they are on the circle itself, so they're not inside or outside, they make up the circle. We also could have listed Q to this point right here as a radius, but we don't know the name of this point, so that's why we didn't list it. Okay, some components of a circle that you need to be able to identify. A chord is a segment whose endpoints are on the circle. The diameter is an example of the longest chord. So this, from point to point, is a chord. Okay. Secant, a line or ray that intersects a circle at 2 points. This is a secant. Notice, from point to point, this looks like a chord, but a secant is a line, which means that it continues on forever and ever in both directions, hence the arrows. A tangent is a line, segment, or ray that intersects the circle in exactly 1 point. So the point that it intersects it at is called our point of tangency, and this is our tangent line because it has arrows, but it could be a segment or a ray. Okay, so let us use that information to fill out this example. Name each of the following. The center. Okay. Center is going to be right here in the center. That's O. The radii. Okay. Well, from the center to any point on the circle, so O to N. O to R. O to M. Cool. All the chords. So that's going to look like M to N, because remember it has to be a segment. All secants, M and T, are both points that go through the circle, and notice the arrows extends out, so that's a line. So this is going to be line MT, so we need to put arrows above it. Our diameter happens to be a chord. Remember, it's the longest chord, and it's a chord that goes through the center. Well, this goes through the center, so that's it. So MN. Tangent is something that only goes through one point, it just bounces off of it. So this is going to be line PS. Okay. And the point of tangency is this point right here, Q. Okay, calculate the radius or diameter as indicated. All right, well, if our radius is 27, our diameter just doubles that. So 27 times 2 is going to be 54. And then we can go backward. And if I need to show this here, 27 times 2. Our radius is half the diameter. So it's going to be the diameter divided by 2, which is 6. Oh, and this is supposed to be inches. Sorry. This is meters. Okay. Moving on. Once you know the radius or diameter of a circle, you can calculate its circumference and area. So the circumference is all the way around the outside of the circle. It's like the perimeter. And then the area is all the inside part of the circle. It's like if you just shaded it in. Okay, so the circumference is 2 pi r, or you could read that as diameter times pi, because if you double r, you get the diameter. And then area is pi r squared. So for example 3, it gives us from this side to this side is 10 millimeters. So that means that our diameter is 10 millimeters. Now to find the radius, we just divide that by 2, so we'll get 5 millimeters. Circumference says we can use the diameter, it's just pi times the diameter. So that's going to be, sorry, I like the number first, 10 times pi. Yay! Our area is pi r squared, so 5 squared times pi, which is just 25 pi. And that will be millimeters squared. So if you want to write that here, 10 pi millimeters, 25 pi millimeters squared. Easy peasy, right? Okay. Same thing, but now we don't know the diameter. We know this chord and we know this chord. But so nicely they've made this into a triangle, so we can use Pythagorean theorem. So LJ, which is our diameter, equals the square root of 30 squared plus 16 squared. And if you do the math, you will get 900 plus 256, which is 1156. And then you take the square root of that and you'll get 34. you can just plug that into Google or your calculators. It's fine. Okay, so the diameter is 34. That means the radius is half of 34, which is 17. Okay, circumference is diameter times pi. So 34 pi. And then the area is pi r squared. So 17 squared is going to be 289 pi. Okay. Find the circumference and area of the circle below. So the next three examples are going to be similar. It's going to be trickier to find your radius. All right. We want to know this length. We know this is 8. We know this is also 8. Okay. We should notice this is half of a square. So this is a 45, 45, 90, which means this is x, and x root of 2. So that means our diameter is 8 root of 2. Find the radius, divide that by 2. Remember, you're just dividing the whole number, not the root. So it's going to be 4 root of 2. So your circumference is diameter times pi. And your area is pi r squared. So if we square this, we get 4 squared, which is 16, times the square root of 2 squared. Well, square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4, and square root of 4 is 2. Remember, it just cancels out square roots. Times pi. So 16 times 2 is 32 pi. Yay! Okay. Find the circumference and area below. This is a 30, 60, 90. So this is x, 2x, x root of 3. We can just cancel these roots of 3 to find x. So x is 9 and 2x is 18. So that means your diameter is 18, and therefore your radius is half that, which is 9. So circumference is 18 pi. Area is 9 squared, which is 81 times pi. Okay. This is an equilateral triangle, so this is 60, 60. Together this is 60, so this means this is 30 each. Oops. So 30, 60, 90. 2x, x root of 3. Well, it tells us x is 4, so 2x is 8. Okay, that's our radius. This length right here is our radius, so the radius is 8. So the circumference is 2 pi r, so 2 times 8 is 16. And area is r squared, so 8 times 8 is 64 times pi. Okay, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I hope this isn't too difficult. And I hope you guys are doing okay and enjoy your last few weeks of school. Okay,